everybody! Welcome to this weekly tarot reading for the week of February 21st through February 27th. I hope y'all had a great week last week. It was pretty great. There was some stuff that came up. I feel like overall it was very positive, at least in my life. It was very positive, very much like a kind of a the card for last week for the whole weekly theme was paradigm shift. And I definitely had a paradigm shift, and I feel like it's still kind of sinking in this week, but more like there's still some last vestiges of the old shaking out in the subconscious, but most things have transitioned into just a new view of life, new view of how life's going to work moving forward. But also, when you have a new view of how life's going to look forward, when you have a new view of how life's going to move forward in a new way, you realize, oh, wait, I really don't know how things are going to go. And there's something so freeing in that. There's something just so refreshing about, I don't know, but I feel so good about it because I don't have to worry about everything that was dragging me down, That's the beauty of a paradigm shift, away from all of the baggage and all the BS and all the things dragging you down. It's you're free from it. You don't know what's going to happen, but you're a free agent and you don't know what's going to happen. And so anything could happen. It's so magical. Anyway, that's my little rambly rant about that energy. I feel like it was really good, but like most weeks, I feel like it's still turning. It's the clock is still turning. The gears are still turning. We're still percolating here. The pie is not done baking. So this week we're going to do the weekly theme with this Beyond Lemuria deck like we did last week. I totally love this deck, and it's great for these kind of theme of the week or theme of the day. And then I'm going to go day by day with the Crow Tarot and the Magic of Unicorns. Crow Tarot by M.J. Cullinane and Magic of Unicorns by Diana Cooper and Marjolaine Crujit. And Beyond Lemuria by Izzy Ivy. So, without further ado, I'm going to see what our weekly theme is. All right. Okay. What's a good energy for collective spirit this week? What's a good energy for collective spirit this week? My bad. What's a good energy for collective spirit this week? What's a good energy for the collective spirit this week? Spirit's told me to take the top one. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. The Violet Flame. Oh, wow. Okay. Let me bring this up here. The energy for this week is the Violet Flame. Oh, my goodness. I've been using this deck for months, and I don't think I've seen this card yet. So that's also really exciting. All right, let me read this description and see what the Violet Flame has to offer us. Though I know that the Violet Flame is a flame of healing. It's a flame of connecting to that divine healing, transformative, alchemical force inside of us. Violet sometimes connects to our third eye, but also our crown chakra. And so it's this purifying energy. So there's something that's purifying out of us this week. There's some power that we're accessing within ourselves this week that's allowing us to purify our own energy and purify the world around us. So let me see what the Violet Flame has to offer in a little more depth. Let's see. I haven't gotten this one before too. 52, adding up to 7, the number of spirit, which It's very fitting. Here again, I'll bring it closer. Your psychic toolkit, recentering practices, deepening your energetic awareness, clearing your aura, healthy energetic boundaries, protection, removing trauma from your field, maintaining a high vibration, rebalancing after times of raised frequency. Now, I've heard that there's all sorts of higher frequencies and energies coming to us this week. And our bodies have been like doing our best to absorb it and to adapt to it, to adapt to this like higher way of being where we don't have our energy sapped by all of the old programs or old thoughts or limitations. You know, that's what being in a higher energy really means, a higher frequency. It means that a lot of the limiting beliefs and the old programs that told you, no, you don't have power. No, you don't have a say. No, you don't have your own autonomy and freedom. Like when you carry those things, your energy goes down, your frequency goes down. When you think that those things are a part of you, you don't realize that you're functioning at a much lower vibration than nature, than what you really want out of your life. Nature's a guide to how to exist in the highest vibration, but it's like we don't always realize that we're being smothered by beliefs that we picked up at some point and we didn't realize it, and then we just thought it was us, but it was never us. It was always from somebody else, from something else. Even generationally, people hand down baggage, and it's like you might find like these limiting beliefs, they're not even mine. They weren't even my grandfather's. They weren't even his grandfather's. They weren't even his grandfather's. It's like, how far back do we go to trace the roots of these limiting beliefs? They haven't been anybody's truly for generations. So like, why are we still carrying those? And that's the thing. It's like all the energy right now is aligning and coalescing to help us to purify this, to burn this away. We have the power to purify it within ourselves. It's just we need to see that beauty of ourselves, that power of ourselves, and that sovereignty of ourselves. And once we see that, you can't unsee it. It's like, I'm not saying we have to love ourselves. We have to no, you just need to see yourself as you truly are. And then everything else will fall into place. And the violet flame this week is very much suggesting that purification process is happening. Like you've seen it. You've seen your light and you can't unsee it. You've seen you as the expansive being full of potential that doesn't need to like live in the old way. And you can't unsee it. And so let me just look at the book again. I want to see if there's anything else I can pull out before we go into the reading. Yeah, this energy suggests that, you're getting in touch with your psychic senses. And what is getting in touch with your psychic senses but integrating your heart into your system of perception? It's like we have been used to moving through life just using our minds and thinking like, oh, logic will help us. Logic doesn't do shit. If logic doesn't have a guidance system that's based on something real or meaningful, then what is it? It's just arbitrary. Logic is just completely arbitrary without the guidance of our heart or our emotions, or our deep ingrained morals as human beings, which comes from our heart and our emotions. It's like, we don't want to make others feel bad because that doesn't feel good within ourselves and with them. So like, it's very basic and simple, but like, don't be shitty because it makes you and everyone else feel shitty. And what is feeling shitty, but just lashing out at somebody, not having awareness of yourself. It's like when you lack the self-awareness to be mindful of your emotions, it hurts everybody. It hurts you especially because you don't want to feel separate. And that's what is happening. You know, you're feeling separate from your emotions, and we're walking away from that. We're not being so separate from our emotions. We're realizing our emotions aren't just like some like afterthought of our existence. Our emotions are the navigation system of our whole existence. You know, if we know that our logic and our perception, our perspective is serving our emotional well-being, then that is sound logic. If our logic is just serving what somebody else told us should make us happy and fulfilled in life, then that is not sound logic. That is faulty logic. And that's what we've been taught by society all of these years. We've been taught that, like, oh, if you get the thing and get that thing, the house and the car and the job, whatever, you'll be happy. It's like, no, you're just telling me that things outside of myself will make me happy. It's like, that's not what does it. Nobody has ever confirmed that. In fact, many people have found that once they get there, they're miserable as hell. And it's because they're still disconnected from themselves. You can't truly connect to all of those things without the connection to yourself. You're still on the outside looking in if you haven't connected to your emotional state and seeing your emotional well-being as the primary goal in life. Once that's the primary goal in life, once you have a foundation from that, it's like the world is your oyster. You're not seeking, you're not searching, you're just experiencing and connecting and loving. And that's all we want. Experiencing, connecting, and loving. That's a whole long-winded thing to say that when you're experiencing, connecting, and loving, and your heart is your guide and your guidance system, your psychic abilities just start to flourish. They start to come through. You start to understand intuitively where to go and what to do, when to chill out, when to act. All of this becomes a lot more clear. And all of this leads to your own healing, because that is our natural state. Our body and mind and soul is always moving towards healing. It's just when we get ideas in our head about what we should be doing, and we're not listening to that emotional guidance system, we just stall our own momentum out. So once you're not doing that anymore and you're just listening to yourself on those deep levels, and you're hearing your heart and you're hearing your intuition and you're trusting it, then you're going to be pulled towards all of the healing and all of the abundance and all the beauty and all of the joy, all of the things you want. You know, it's like you don't want the car. You just want that feeling of freedom when you're driving it. You love how beautiful it is. You love how it feels to go travel here and there. It's not about the car, but the car has a life of its own that you can love and appreciate. You know, these things all have an energy to them and a life to them. And it's like, if you're just wanting the car because then you can check a box and be like, yes, and then I'll be happy because I have the car. It's like, I have the car because it makes me feel superior. It's like you're missing out on all of the joy of actually having the experience of the car and the car, you know, but we're not doing that anymore. You know, we've seen through that for far too long in our world to keep playing that game. And, you know, not everyone might be awake, but enough people are. And when enough people are awake, the momentum begins for everyone to awaken. So I don't worry about it, especially not right now when I look at the world around me and I just see so many more people like questioning. You know, it's like you don't have to just like wake up one day, but when you start questioning the mode of operation that you've always been living with, you know, that's really the first step. It's like you just can't unsee it. Once you've questioned it, you can't unsee that there's probably something more, and that's what's important. So anyway, that was a whole diatribe, and now I'm going to go into the reading. All right. I got the Two of Cups in reverse as another theme for this week, but you know what? Honestly, this Two of Cups in reverse, it's like, I don't see it as this negative. In fact, you know, it's really interesting. It's like these energies are coming together, the hearts are coming together and ascending, becoming the caduceus, becoming that healing spiral, turning into that lion of strength and getting the wings of freedom. And it's like, I feel like this is an inner balance, an inner peace that's happening. It's you and you coming together on the inside. It's you and spirit coming together, and you're realizing your own spiritual sovereignty. And the healing comes through that, comes up through that connection. And you're able to like connect with life when you have that connection with spirit and yourself. It's exactly what I was talking about before. It's like you can't connect to the world in the way that you want if you're not connecting to your emotions, if you're not connecting to your heart, if you're not seeing that as the primary objective of being alive is caring for your emotional well-being. When you realize that, you can connect to life so much more deeply and richly and joyfully. But if not, you're kind of holding yourself at a distance. You're like on the outside looking in. And that's what we're healing. That's what we're healing collectively. You know, some people are, again, farther down the line on that awakening of consciousness, but that serves to help the people that are farther away from that to have that magnetic pull. You know, it's like the people, it's like that snake game on the phone, on the cell phone, where the snake is going around. It's like, you know, there's the people at the head that are like navigating through all of the twisty turnies. And then there's the people, then it like eats a thing and it gets longer. And it's like, that's just how it works. It's like the people up top, we're gaining momentum. We're like eating up all of those unconscious people. And, you know, they might not be the head of the snake, but they're being carried by the whole snake. I don't know if that was the best analogy, but it serves my purpose. Okay. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right. And I want to see what the unicorn energy is before I even flip, because I love finding out the unicorn energy. Unicorns. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to flip them. I have to know. Ooh, oh, so good. All right. This is a great week. Okay, let me scooch this over. Wonderful. Okay. All right. So, you know, I heard a lot of people saying stuff about the first couple days of this week and how it's just going to be like more emotionally challenging. But I feel like this is the time where your emotions are like shaking you, where your emotions are like, hey, I exist here. I exist and I need to be seen and I need to be heard. We have a Scorpio moon, and, you know, Scorpio is like the fixed, deep, emotional kind of energy. It's the like intimacy. It's the kind of like knowing the darkness, knowing all of the dark underbelly of this and that, like that real deep intimacy, that real deep knowing. And it's a fixed sign, so it's like it just lives in it. And you know, it's like you have to know the shadow, and it's like you're getting to know your shadow these first 2 days of the week, especially while the moon's in Scorpio. And the real goal of knowing the shadow is loving the shadow. It's like the shadow is guiding you forward. Without your shadow, you wouldn't know the direction forward. You know, your shadow is saying, I hate this. I don't like this. I don't want to feel this. And that's telling you to go somewhere else. That's telling you about yourself. That's telling you about what you want in life and what you need in life and what you deserve in life. It's like when you don't like something, it's like, yeah, because it's not deserving of what you are truly worth. When you then say that, this is my lot in life and this is what I deserve, it's like, you're just afraid that you could have more. Maybe you're afraid of screwing it up. Maybe you're afraid of, you're afraid that someone will call you out on it, be like, no, you're not worthy of that. But honestly, it's like, that's just such a construct. It's not about that. There isn't like some truth beyond the truth that's going to tell you that you're wrong. That's only within your head. That's the key that keeps you locked in the cage. And it's like, this key can unlock the cage or it can lock the cage. And we're unlocking the cage this week. We're starting off on Monday with the death card. And that's an inner transformation. It's a death of the ego. There's an ego death that's happening on Monday, where this perception of I, my, me, something in our lives that we're like really attached to in that kind of a way of like, my experience or my freedom or my perception or it could even be a material thing, my job, my home, my car, my cup of coffee. There's something that kind of, this I, me, my that gets triggered on Monday, but it triggers you into kind of waking up to it, to like seeing like, what is this? Like, that's not me. That's not me anymore. This like reaction, this ego reaction, that's just not you anymore. And you're seeing it for what it is. And you're seeing like how it's not really serving your spiritual good. And I really love how here on Wednesday, it's reflected, the crow is reflected in the Six of Pentacles. I feel like, I really love this death to the devil to the Six of Pentacles, because the death is like the ego death. It's the perspective shift. It's 13 reducing to 4. 4 is like a doorway to a new perspective, to a higher plane of understanding. And then you have the devil, which is the kind of tie to the material world. It's like feeling like this physical reality is creating limitations. It's like you're bumping into these perceived limitations on Tuesday, into this physicality. And then I love on Wednesday, it's like you've kind of integrated both the ego death and both the understanding of the physicality into this Six of Pentacles, this earth energy. But backtracking to Tuesday, the devil energy is all about bumping into these limitations of the physical reality. And you have a choice. You have a choice in this bumping into it. It's like, do you choose to accept that that's all there is and that you're limited, and turn to coping mechanisms to try and distract yourself from that quote unquote reality? Or do you say that that's one option, that's one reality? Perhaps there's another way. Perhaps this is not a roadblock. Perhaps it's a detour. The whole point of the devil, the devil is a trickster. The devil is that kind of like tricky kind of energy. And it's not because the devil wants to pull one over on you. It's because the devil wants to invite you to transform your reality. The devil is a creative force and a creative energy. And it wants to challenge you to rise up to the occasion. It's like, well, can you be a sovereign, conscious creator in your reality? Can you step up into your empowerment and rewrite the code of the system of what you think your life is? Because you can. Whenever it comes up, it always means that you can. It doesn't mean that you're just meant to be crushed under the weight of what is. Whenever the devil comes up, it means there's an opportunity to transform what's around you, to unshackle yourself. Here you have this little bird shackled here, and that's that point of like, oh no, I see the limitations, and what do I do? And the devil's like, well, you transform it, you take it and you say, wait, I'm more creative than just being limited by what's here right now. maybe I can use my words. Maybe I can use my my brain, my imagination to imagine something different. What if I imagine something different than what is now? The thing is with reality, when we say this is our reality, we basically take a snapshot of what we're seeing, because it's always moving. It's like a movie versus a picture. It's like the picture is just a snapshot of the movie. It's not the whole movie. But if we say the picture is the whole movie, we're grossly missing out on everything the movie has to offer. And that's what we do when we limit ourselves in our reality. We're saying like, this is it, but there's a whole rest of it. And, oftentimes when we do feel like we're limited in our perspective and reality, it's more so that our perception is limited. Our knowledge is limited. We don't have enough information to know the greater context of what's happening. If we did, we wouldn't feel limited. And so it's challenging us to say, okay, all right. It's challenging us to realize that and say, okay, I know that I don't know. I know that I don't know everything. So considering that, what can I do? What can I do to transform this? What can I do to make this work for me? Essentially. And then on Wednesday, you're like, okay, I'm going to make it work for me. You ask the question, what can I do to make this work for me? And then the Six of Pentacles is like, okay, well, let's take this energy of the physical reality. We'll make it work for me by making part of it just totally for me. And then we're going to share a part of it. And you're just completely innovating on what you've been given here. It's like the Death card has this ascending crow, and he's coming out of the body. It's like this ego is dying and you're being reborn. And once the ego is gone, it's like you can't fight for your limitations anymore. And that comes up on Tuesday. It's like you just can't fight for your limitations. You got to just transcend them. You got to realize like there's more to this. And then you're like, all right, well then I'm the creator of this reality. I'm going to serve me. I'm going to serve others. I'm just going to make sure everyone gets a piece of the pie, because why should it just be all or nothing? Why can't it be everything? And that's really, really wonderful. Like this reciprocity kind of opens up where you're open to receive, and then that opens others to receive from you. It's like this channel is now open now that you've seen through the way that the ego is keeping you stuck in a perception of quote unquote what is. Then from there on Thursday, I love that it goes from the Six of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles Thursday, it's a little more like chill, a little more like, okay, I'm kind of like then going to take stock of how to move forward. I got this inspiration from Wednesday, and now I'm going to just chill, going to take stock of like where to move forward next, and kind of like what the next steps are going to be to create exactly what I want to create. It's always nice when you're moving into something completely new to like wait for clarity. And that's kind of what's happening both Thursday and Friday. There's a little bit of this like waiting for clarity. Thursday, you're kind of looking at your progress on Wednesday and you're like, yeah, this is really great. Like I'm going to just like give myself a second to see how I'm going to move forward and then go for it. But then on Friday, we have the Hermit, and the Hermit's all like, okay, well, I look to Wednesday. I look to that energy of sharing and giving, and it's great. But now I want to like look inwards. It's like, if I just take myself away from all of that, what do I really want? What do I really want to share and give and receive? What do I have to express here? What is my deep connection to my own spiritual truth? That's looking to be understood and explored on Friday, coming off of that really nice energy of breaking through to the other side. And I love that then we have the Hierophant here on Saturday, coming off the Hermit. The Hermit's like, I've gone on my my internal vision quest here to see like, okay, what's really meaningful to me. It's like I've looked at the physical reality and I've seen like, okay, I can transform it. So now that I know how to transform it, like what's really meaningful to me. And then on Saturday, it's like, okay, well, now I know how to share what's meaningful to me. It's like, I feel like, honestly, you're the Hierophant, or you're connecting to like a system that brings you that kind of power. The Hierophant like holds the keys to the spiritual wisdom. And sometimes it can mean institutions, and sometimes it can mean like higher learning. It can mean all sorts of things. You might end up like going to some sort of institution like a school, or I don't know, a government facility, a hospital, I don't know, any kind of institutionalized thing you might have some sort of a experience with on this day, on Saturday. But what I'm seeing is like you know what your guiding light is and what you want, and so you find others that you can connect with that will reflect this back at you. It's like you kind of find your space of higher learning. You find your people of higher learning. You're able to, in a grander way, express these truths and share it with people that understand and are receptive to it. It's almost like another version of the Six of Pentacles, where you're sharing and you're receiving with these others, and in a physical sense, but this is more of in a spiritual sense. The Hierophant's more of a spiritual, more of an etheric, more of a higher wisdom sort of card. So it's like you're getting this in a physical sense on Wednesday, and then on Saturday it's more in a wisdom sort of a sense. It's very positive. It's like you have the key. It's like right here, you've got the key. And so now you're sharing it, or you know what key you want to use to unlock the door. And so you're finding it. Either way, it's good. And then I love this Queen of Wands on Sunday. So great. Just so after this whole week, it's very powerful because it's essentially saying, I have the power. I have the power. I have the power to take care of myself. I have the power to do what I want, to experience what I want, to get all the love I want, all the joy. It's like so bold and so confident, and just like so like at home in your own skin. It's like you got not one but two lions. It's like they're just carrying you. It's almost like they're her like little like entourage here. These two lions just chilling like, we know who's all that. It's our Queen of Wands up here, and she knows she's all that. She's full of abundance, full of fire. She makes it happen. I think that, we have this Venus and Mars conjunction happening too, which is a marriage between like what I want to bring out into the world, what I want to experience, and then doing it and like, yeah, let's do it. And so it's very much that kind of an energy of like, I know what I want and I get it. And that's that. And I love that I know what I want and I get it. It's not only like doing it, but it's the love of the doing it. It's like, I love that I have that power. And there's a real self-love that comes out of that acknowledgement of your own self and your own abilities. And it's really fabulous. Just fabulous. All right, let's see what the unicorns have to say about each of the energies of these days. I'm very excited for this week. Okay. So good energy. So good. Thank you. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. Okay, I'll get into that. Some good advice for you on Tuesday. Thank you. Some good advice for Wednesday. Oh, all right. Yeah. It's good energy. Thursday. Okay. That's good advice. We want to do that. Awesome. Some good place for energy of Saturday. Energy of Saturday. Whoa, that's two of them. Advice for the energy of Sunday. Wonderful. Okay. Oh my gosh. So already Monday was manifest your dreams. 22. Oh my God. Focus on your vision. Seek satisfaction and contentment. Oh my goodness. You see the light. Okay. I love it. I'm going to get into it in a second. Let's see. Tuesday, uncord relationships. Holy moly. Do you see this right now? Okay, cool. I'm glad my camera's focusing and I'm focusing. Do you see this? Do you see this? The chains. Breaking the chains. Breaking the chains. Breaking the chains. Oh my God. What? Oh my God. Oh my God. Also, 22 reduces to 4. 13 reduces to 4. And then 4 the next day. Like, what? What? This is highly fated. Highly fated. And then we have Be a Beacon on Wednesday. Wonderful with the 6 of Pentacles. Oneness. Oh, I love that. Oneness on Thursday with the 7 of Pentacles. Cosmic Ruby on Friday with the Hermit. And then on Saturday, Go with the Flow and Shower of Blessings. Oh, so good. Oh my God. And then Sunday, Unicorn Portal. Oh, I love that. 38 reduces to 11 as well. And I love this. Great way to like round out the energies of this week. Oh my gosh. All right. So, okay, I'll speak a little bit about each of these. I can see that we're, all right. We're at a good time. Okay. I was going to try and do this one a little bit quicker, but then, I get talking. I'm a compulsive talker, and so we're at where we're at. Okay, so I love this. Okay, number one. 13 reduces to 4. 22 reduces to 4. 22, the master builder number. And the master builder number is like realizing like I create my reality. I just simply create my reality. What I do not like, I just do not give attention to. What I like, I give attention to. I follow my vision, my intuition, and I hold my vision in my heart. I love my vision, not out of fear and desperation, but because I simply love it. And then it's here. It's like, it's the difference between just like wishing for something and manifesting something is understanding that when you have the desire for it, it means that it's meant for you. It means that it's in your bubble. It's in your future, even. If like, well, it's in your future. And if you realize that, then you're like, okay, if this is in my bubble, then I'm going to have this in my future. Simply deciding that this is already here in your future creates it so. And so once it's in your future, you are just pulling it towards yourself in the here and now. And that is manifesting. That is just attracting like a magnet your future desires. And they can come to you quickly and they can come to you slowly. That depends on how much momentum you have and how much resistance you have. But the thing is, it's realizing like it's already here. Like I already have everything I want. It's just maybe in a future spot in my life and my timeline. But how future is that? That's for you to decide. That's for you to manifest. And so I love this. We have this ego death 13. It's like this resistance, these limitations that we had pulling us down are not going to be doing that anymore. We're going to see clearly. It's like the ego, when it creates these delusions of I and me and this desperation and this fear of like, I just want to get it because then I'll be happy or whatever. It clouds our vision. It so puts a fog over our lens and we're not able to see ourselves clearly or our reality clearly. And that is getting burned away by this violet flame this week. That's getting burned away. also by the energy from last week, you know, like it's all building on top of one another. And we're feeling deep inside that like something is leaving us. Something that we had held on to is just leaving us, and we can see clearly again. And when you can see clearly again, you can focus on your vision, seek satisfaction and contentment, and manifest your dreams. So it's all about then when you have that clarity, visualizing what is coming up, what you really want, visualizing the life that you really want, but the you that's really coming through, you know, this old energy leaving you is making the space for the new you to come through, the new you that manifests all your dreams. So you're not only visualizing the physical nature of what you're seeking, but you're visualizing this new self that's coming through to claim it, that's coming through. The you that would manifest all of this is now taking center stage and moving into Tuesday, which again, oh my God, the synchronicity of these cards is astounding. The synchronicity speaks, absolutely. I was telling you, we have the devil, we have this perception of the limitation of our reality, but coming off of this energy of Monday, we're seeing through that. But not only that, what chained us to this reality, what corded us to this old situation is coming undone. Like, this is a big message from Spirit. We're breaking the chains here, and we are moving forward. We're not going to be chained into this old reality any longer. No way. Uncord relationships, let go now. Forgiveness is freedom. I love that. And I think that the main takeaway that I get after all those big takeaways is forgiveness is freedom. And what are we forgiving? We're not forgiving others. Maybe we're also forgiving others, but really, we're forgiving ourselves. We're forgiving ourselves for having allowed things that we don't like, for having been unconscious about things that we wish we weren't unconscious about. You know, you can't take back the past, but when you blame yourself for it, you carry it with you. And that's not what anybody really wants. We don't want to keep carrying a past with us that we didn't like, that doesn't serve us, that doesn't make us happy, and doesn't make our hearts feel good. We want to let it go. But when we blame ourselves for it, because we think that we need to punish ourselves, you know, this is the energy feeling. You need to punish yourself for what you did when you were less consciously aware. And it's like, no more. We don't need to punish ourselves. We need to just forgive ourselves, because when we forgive ourselves for where we were at and realize we were doing the best we can truly move forward. We can truly make new decisions. We can truly let it go and be clear on what's actually here and what's actually coming to us now. So that is so beautiful. Energy of Tuesday. I love this. And I also feel like there's a little bit of this kind of cording happening in this violet flame. It's like she's pulling out these cords, just pulling it out, she's dipping her cord in and creating a whole new thing. I get this kind of feeling of uncording or being aware and pulling it out. And then I love this on Wednesday. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have be a beacon. Look at that. That's more synchronicity, in my opinion. More synchronicity between this imagery. I absolutely love it. Like, be an inspiration. Light the way for others. It's like you are free from the chains of this old way of being. You've forgiven yourself. You have lightness of being. And when you do that, the reality opens up, the world opens up, the physical situation opens up. There's more for you to give and receive, and it all just flows so much more easily. And other people see that. Other people notice. They're like, oh my God, you've got this great fish. Like, oh my God, you have enough for yourself. You have enough for us. Like I want to do that. And you're inspiring others to live in that way too. I'm noticing as well. Look at this. Look at this little bird. And now letting the little bird go. He's all chained up here. He's all corded. No, Now we're free. So great. So great. It's real freedom. It's true freedom. What is true freedom? What is true freedom? And this is true freedom. That is what we're experiencing. That is the dream that we're manifesting here. That is what we're manifesting. I love it. Oh my God. And then Thursday, from there, from connecting to that freedom and that flow and that ease that we so desperately wanted for so long, coming back home to ourselves, connecting to ourselves in that real way. Oh my God. Anyway, once we do that, we're like, okay, well, I got a lot of great stuff all around me. How do I really want to move forward? And you get this kind of like moment of reflection. And I love the oneness coming up, like 6 too, carrying on that energy from the previous day. Look for the common humanity, invoke Lemurian light. It's basically saying we are all connected. And when you go out and when you experience life and you see other people, remember that you're all connected. Take a moment to breathe and connect your heart to them. Realize we are one. Say we are one in your heart out loud and feel that connection. It's like now that you're connected to yourself and your flow, it's time to take a moment to tap into everything else. You need to tap into the true matrix, not the evil dark matrix, but the actual like fabric of interconnected reality that has always been waiting for us to come back home. And then I love this Hermit and Cosmic Ruby. Be a peace ambassador. Practice cosmic mastery. Practice cosmic mastery. We got our own upgrade and then our cosmic upgrade here on Thursday. And so now it's like, the Hermit is like a master in and of themselves. They've gone through the whole first 8 cards of the tarot, of the major arcana, and now they're like, okay, I like need a break. I need to like get in touch with myself and see what that's all about. And there's self-mastery within the Hermit. I mean, it's also the card of Virgo, and Virgo is very like analytical. Virgo is like, Virgo is very much about self-mastery. It's also the ruler of the 6th house, and the 6th house is all about routines and how you build yourself up and how you maintain things. And there's such wisdom to that. There's such wisdom to understanding how to care for ourselves and maintain ourselves. And this is like, how do we care for and maintain this self that's so special, that's so unique, and that is connected to the fabric of everything else? It's like, how do we embody that? It's like, we don't embody that by throwing ourselves into something. We embody that by acknowledging our sovereignty. And so we're acknowledging our sovereignty and how that stands us out from the crowd. And yet we're also part of the crowd as well. It's like this real balance between being totally connected to source and others and humanity and yourself. And I love it. Be a peace ambassador. You're practicing your cosmic mastery. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Let's get them out. Cool. Cool. And this, yeah. One. Awesome. I love the crows. I missed them last week. I enjoyed using the cat deck, but like the crows are my guys. And this deck is just so great. Like MJ McCulney, like you're fabulous. Thank you. And then on Saturday we have the Hierophant and we have Go with the Flow. I love this. Relax and trust. Accept what's happening. Total openness to receive. It's like, the universe is just calling it in, just bringing it all in. And that there's a mastery in that. Absolutely. And then shower of blessings. open yourself to receive, pay it forward. Exactly like what I said. These cards so go with each other because you go with the flow and open yourself up, and then all the blessings come in. It's that simple. And that is the truth that you're living in. That is your spiritual truth. That is your higher wisdom here. It's like you're really connecting with this higher wisdom here, the higher wisdom of the heart, and just relaxing, no struggle, no fight, just relaxing. You know, you have 17 adding to 8, the number of strength and infinity and you know, cycles and birth and death and rebirth, and it all continuing, just that infinite undulation of the cosmos. And then shower of blessings, the heart opening. So you have this fantastically great abundance coming to you when you have an open heart. And that is the wisdom of the Hierophant. That is the wisdom of your Hierophant that you are getting in touch with. You know, that is your institution in life. And if you're interacting with an outside institution, you know, that's the advice for if you're interacting with that kind of a thing. If you're going somewhere and you're not really sure of, like, you know, how it's going to go, what you're going to get out of it, just go with the flow and be open to receive, and you're going to get everything. And whether you're the one giving or you're the one getting, you're going to be receiving all sorts of blessings from Spirit on this day. So great. And then we move into Sunday, where you just have this utmost confidence of your ability to receive. I mean, that's why it's the Queen of Wands and not the King today, because the Queen is that feminine, receptive energy. And this is kind of the most, like, masculine Queen. This is, like, really the great coalescence of that feminine and masculine energy, because you have this ability to receive, but also this ability to do. It's like she's, like, intoxicated by her ability to do, because she just loves that ability. She's just so grateful for her own abilities and for herself and for her connection, that it's just like, it's intoxicating to just be the Queen of Wands. It's awesome. And she knows, like, exactly how to receive and exactly how to give. And she's just so vibrant. You're so vibrant on this day. You have this energy of the sun, this energy of these sunflowers of abundance and the strength, double strength. Like, you are really feeling it. And then I also love Unicorn Portal 11, master number 11. We started with 22 here, and then we're ending at 11. Reducing, of course. This is reducing to 4, and this is reducing to 11. But still, you know, 11 is the number of service, but it's like the service to self and service to others simultaneously at the same time. That's really, really paramount. It's like the number of spiritual awakening. I mean, that is spiritual awakening. We're ending this whole week spiritually awakened to something deep within ourselves. And I'm very excited. Unicorn Portal, focus your light, listen for a message. You're tapped in today. You know, you're tapped into your ability to receive, and you're receiving all sorts of wisdom on what to do next, where to go next. It's like, in a way, you were kind of like taking a break here, Thursday and Friday, kind of like, all right, where to go next? I see this connection now. I see this opening. What's next? Well, what's next is to connect to the oneness of everything, to connect to yourself as an ambassador of the oneness of everything, and then to step into your power as the ambassador of the oneness of everything and embody that to others, embody that to yourself, going with the flow and opening yourself up to receive. And now you've evolved from that point, and you're just, now you're starting the journey. Now you're just like, okay, well, here I am, ready to hear the next bit of direction of where to go. Let's hear it, Spirit. My portal is open. I'm open. My heart is open. You know, when you're open to receive, that heart opens up. That's a portal. And You've opened it up on this day. You've like, okay, I've awakened. My heart is the open portal that is listening to all these messages from spirit. But it's not just spirit. It's your higher self. Your higher self that was with you the whole time, that's been trying to talk to you a lot during your life, that, you know, you maybe sometimes hear, but if you don't trust it, like, are you even, it doesn't matter that you even heard it. Well, I think so, you know, because, you know, then you think back and you're like, yeah, you know what? I did know the right thing to do. But on this day, you're listening, you're trusting it, and you're so grateful for it to even be there. And that gratitude creates so much magic. And you are creating so much magic this week. It is a wonderful, wonderful week and a magical week. And you're getting in touch with you on that deep level. It's like so great. And when you can do that, it's like then you can truly connect with your life, with the world around you, with everything you ever wanted. And gosh, like what a wonderful energy for this week. I'm so very excited. I'm so excited to experience it and to share it with all of you. And I hope you guys have a great week. You know, leave any comments during the week. Tell me how it's going. Like, share, and subscribe if you want to keep following these. Like, Spirit's definitely giving me all these synchronicities, telling me, like, I'm right here with you. Right here with you, Lexi. Right here with you and with everybody else. The magic is happening this week. So I really look forward to sharing it with all of you. And yeah, if you want to hear more, I'm doing these every week. So please, again, subscribe and like and comment if you want to tell me how your week is going. I would love to hear it. All right. You guys all take care and have a beautiful week. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye, guys.